job done, Sean? It's not quite mathematical.
Well, you know, I was just saying there in the visual media, there'll be a statistician somewhere who probably says it is. No, I mean, for a total peace of mind, you want it done with the points, but there's a massive goal difference, massive swing, particularly with 2 games, of course. You know, we'll wait, but I think it's pretty much there. That's for sure.
Matt, you've done it yourselves today. You probably deserve to win. Do you think over the pitch?
Well, I thought we did well in the game. I mean, they're a tough side. They're very difficult to break down. Everyone knows about Tony's teams. They're a huge team. They're as big a team as I've seen, and they're very difficult to break down. And I thought we delivered a very good first half performance. And when we got the goal, we deserved to be in front. They reacted from a poor goal pass, and it gets a bit of luck. There's a couple of deflections on the way into it finally landing for him. And then they scored a set piece, which they have the capability of doing. They're the highest set piece scorers in the division, and forget about all your setup. When you've got that many big players, it's hard to mark against without even worrying about runs and delivery. And then our reaction to that, as you've certainly seen many times, and I have here, was fantastic. You know, the mentality of the group, I've never ever questioned the mentality. You know, I remember many moons ago Ian Holloway described us having a strong jaw, and I think it was on show again because we kept going, we kept working. I was pleased with the substitutions, they've affected it. And, you know, a strong jaw, as Ian Holloway says, to not be too disappointed and get on with it. And then Vokesy, I thought was outstanding last week, outstanding again today, and it's a well-deserved, at least a well-deserved equaliser, I felt.
Was the referee giving the penalty?
I presume he was. I'm not too worried now that he scored. It was a pen, I've seen it back. Bars not only gets tripped, he gets his shirt pulled on the way down. What I am pleased with, and it's a rare time we get paid back, you know, because he didn't dive, he went down, he didn't then roll around like he was injured, he jumped up, got the ball, played it across, and Vokesy scored. So at least we've got a bit of payback on that one this time. Oh, I thought he was excellent. I thought I must give a special mention. I don't always single people out. Kevin Long to come from nowhere and then have his first ever Premier League start. He's come on as sir, but his first start in the Premier League and deliver that, I thought was excellent for him and Taki. New partnership, you know, tough game, an important game again. I thought he was excellent.
And how close was Keane?
Yeah, pretty close. I'm expecting, well, providing he has a good week. Ben Mee's making a bit of a recovery as well, so he's got a chance. So they could come back into the thinking this week.
As you said, like last week with talking for Kevin Long, with your first Premier League start, he's up against people like Rondon and all.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, I'm really pleased with the work that the staff give these players, but their attitude towards it. I speak to, you know, you've heard me speak about it before. The people who are not in the team are vital, absolutely vital. That their heads stay right, they're focused on the job, because when it's your turn, then if you come and see me and say, why aren't I playing, you better be ready to deliver. So the only way of doing that is to train properly and look after yourself. And they do here, and that's great pride in them and great pride in my staff, because it's important that connection is there. They know we treat them well, but they know they've got to be ready. And I thought, not just Long, his physical side of his game, his shape was good, his habits were good, you know, and I think it's very difficult. I was a centre-half. It's not easy coming on into games like that when it's your first ever game and delivering a performance. So that's why I was pleased.
Sure. Tony Pulis said some very complimentary things about you and the club before the game. I know you don't want to tempt fate, but I mean, what does it mean and what does it say about the club and the standing in the modern game, if you like, for you to stay in this division?
Well, it just shows that it's very difficult. You know, we've even had a bit of money spent this year. It's very difficult, the top level of football, without major finance. We've financed it to a reasonable degree for a club of this size, not nowhere near everyone else. You know, I was reading the thing about the wage. The fees the other day, and like this kind of where teams are, but if it's more about wages. You know, there's teams in this league who get players on free transfer, paying astronomical wages. We're good on both, and that's because we have to be. I must make that clear. I'm not wearing a badge of honour here or speaking or questioning anyone else. It's the way this club has to work. I've said it many times. I manage what I'm given to manage, and I take great pride in the fact that we all see beyond that. My players see beyond that. You know, and we get on with it and we work hard to get what we can. And, you know, we take some knocks along the way, some question marks about what we do and how we're trying to play, etc., etc. But 40 points for a team that was given absolutely zero chance of being in the Premier League, I think that's a fair marker. And we're 2 left, by the way. And we'll be going hard in them 2 games without a shadow of a doubt, because that's just what we do.
What would it mean to finish in the top half? I mean, you've actually probably got 2 free shots at it. What would it mean to do that?
Well, I think the first thing is get it over the line factually. But if we presume for one moment, and I dare that's done, then it just means there's growth in the players. It means that over a season the mindset of the players has changed. You know, I mean, West Brom done us out of town down at their place, where you can clearly see there's a big shift in that team performance from then. So that means the players over a season are growing. They're getting, it's hard to explain, more used to what it is to be a Premier League player. And that's a difficult thing for players, to feel more assured in the Premier League, because you are playing against better players than you used to normally. And that's no disrespect to the Championship, which is a fine league, but there is a gap. So I'm very pleased with how the players have adjusted over a season. I mean, you know, to learn to where they are now. But it's got to continue. It's got to continue. Now, this season, we still want to go out and give good performances. It's important because that's part of our mentality and how we go about our business.
Going back to Longy, Sean, could that be the first start of many? I mean, you like him, you talk about...
Well, he's them two ain't bad, you know. Me and Keane, they ain't bad. So let's not get carried away with ourselves too early. That's what I'd say.
So you usually you talk him up, but he's not been started.
No, well, I think that's mentality. I think to not be involved for so long, and he's had little cameos on the bench and stuff, but fantastic to his professionalism. I mean, what about that to come in? I just think, and Tarky the same last week. First, his debut in the Premier League down at Palace. What a hard game that is. Benteke on fire, delivered a man of match performance. That's massively impressive to their professionalism, their own individual professionalism. I admire my staff for how they work with the players, but for their individual professionalism, I think it pays them back. And when you're called upon, you're ready. Great feeling for that for Longy, to play in that game, get a good result, know what it means on this day, possibly, probably, and to go away and relax this evening knowing that he's played in the Premier League, of course, as well. Cheers. Thank you.
Tony, we'll do radios and we'll pitch side, all right?
Okay, mate.